Hello FIFA fans and welcome to the 8th episode of the Academy story, and in this episode we are in October. We smashed September a couple of episodes ago and the same kind of detail for October. We've got 6 games to get through, so I'm going to cut the highlights right down to just the best bits. We're going to see the goals, we're going to see the assists. Unfortunately, we're going to see the goals we concede as well. The big one is going to be the Checkatrade trophy against Accrington Stanley. What we're also going to be looking at as well is, of course, Derek giving his one-on-one training session. And I've decided to go with Hendricks again because it worked out so well the first time. And I really do want to push our front man to, to just getting those attributes up, because I want to see more goals from him. He's doing fantastic with those assists, but we want to see the big man start getting more goals from himself, start being a little bit more selfish. Of course, we're going to keep plugging away with the other players such as Oscar, Callis, Faye and Reese and Hendricks as well in the other training sessions, so that they can progress to start to to go towards their new training positions. And in the next episode, so in episode 9, we're going to have a little catch up and see whereabouts they are. We're going to have a look at what players have done well over the last 6 games. We're going to have a look at what players could be doing better. And so yeah, the next episode is going to be kind of a big kind of having a look at whereabouts we are after these big 6 crucial games. So this is going to be the team we're going to use against Cambridge. We are away, and this is a bit of a risk, but of course, only 3 days later, we've got that big important cup game, and I want to make sure the players are fresh for that. So we're going to go with a strong-ish team. So we've got Abbas, who's of course immense. We've got Edwards, the Australian, which is going to be assisting him on the left-hand side. We've got Gonzalo and Jacobs playing on the right. Henriquez and Stepanak in midfield. Thornley coming in as a striker. And then we have Faye, who's absolutely solid. We got Uber, and then bringing in Edwards. And we're going to keep for stealing goal. So we are resting a lot of players here, but like I say, it's because I'm conscious of that game midweek and we want to get a good cup run. So yeah, hopefully this will work out for the best. Cambridge United against our sub Exeter City. Let's see if we can start getting our winning ways back, because of course the last couple of games we played, we did lose points sloppily, and hopefully we can start to get back on a winning track. That's disappointing. But Gonzalo is there, and Gonzalo, wow, that's the Gonzalo of old. That is what we wanted to see. And absolute fantastic finish there from Gonzalo. I thought it was lost in the build-up play. I thought we'd lost it. That was the initial bit. The defender did well, headed back in, and to be honest, that's all down to the Cambridge defence, and it fell beautifully. Well, you got to be in the right position, and he was, and that is a fantastic finish there. Look at all the space there. Oh my God. Edwards, still Edwards, and look at that space there for Henriquez. Took a big touch, but it doesn't matter. It set him up perfectly for the goal, and brilliant. That gets us off to a lovely start. 34 minutes in, and we are 2-0 up away from home against Cambridge, and this is what we wanted. We wanted a nice, positive kind of bounce back from the last games, and that was really strong from Edwards. He just held on to it lovely, and all the space Henrique was on there. And to be fair, that first touch probably helped him out because it just brought him closer to goal and got his foot through it nicely. Going out on the right, goalkeeper, not a chance. We're going to bring Oscar on for Edwards because Edwards was starting to flag a little bit, but he did have a very good game. I'm not really going to look at making any of the substitutions unless we really need to, because we want to save everyone for the cup game. Absolutely fantastic tackle. Coming on to last minute. Can Oscar finish it? Oh, and it just goes wide, Gonzalo. And that is it. The final score then is 2-0 away from home. Very valuable 3 points. Abbas has got his old hair back because in the comments someone mentioned that they prefer it. I thought, yeah, me too actually. So we reverted his hair back to what it was, as if it never even happened. So let's see Derek work his magic on Hendricks for this month. And I've got a feeling it's going to be as productive as it was last month, but you never know. Let's check it out. And as we can see, A's across the board, and he was on 60. Let's try and push for 63. Keep it on going, Derek. Keep on getting it up there. 63, we got 63. Happy days. Another 3+ on Hendricks' potential, and that is what we want. The next game coming up then is the Checkatrade Trophy Cup game against Accrington Stanley, and we do want to have a decent cup run, because the Cabaro Cup, we got knocked out in the first round on penalties, so not a good start. This is the team we're going to be using. Hendricks up front, he gets restored. Full stamina there, happy days. Albert is the only one that's lacking a little bit, but we haven't really got much cover. We've got Fuentes, gets back brought in on the right with Rose, Oscar on the left-hand side, Smith and Popa in midfield, Callis, Faye and Reese in defence, and then Fastille in goal. Let's see how we get on. Let's do this then. Cup tie. Let's do it. Let's have a decent cup run in the Checkatrade Cup. This one isn't as prestigious as the Cabaro. I didn't know if I'm saying it right. Cabaro, the energy drink thing. That cup. But we didn't really stand a chance anyway. We didn't really stand a chance getting through the other one because that one eventually goes on. But the Checkatrade, we're underdogs, but we might do alright in this. Let's see. Fingers crossed we do alright. Oh, Popa. Oh my god, what just happened? From one pass from Popa, one misplaced pass, one pass in, goal. One pass in, one shot, easy as that. What a finish, to be fair, what a finish. 1-0 down, not good. Okay, come on Oscar, come on Oscar. And easy as that. A great finish by Henry. I mean, he couldn't miss that. Oscar put it on a plate for him, but we're straight back into it. Fuentes is on the overlap. First time. Oh, and it's in. What a great bit of play there. A nice little turn. And Fuentes took it first time. Beat the goalkeeper. 2-1. Things are going very well now. Very quick goal. Both goals have come very quickly. I am definitely glad that I rested a lot of the key players because, yeah, it's a little bit more difficult, this game, than the last one for sure. But we've definitely taken our chances. Okay, so we're making our first substitution. The new Egyptian lad, the free agent, Ekarami, is coming on for Popa. Popa, not his best game to be honest, but we can't expect a great deal from some of these free agent guys. They are just there as a kind of squad fillers. And final two substitutions then, we're bringing on Jacobs and Edwards just to freshen up from Fuentes and Abbas because although they played an absolute great game, they are starting to flag a little bit on the stamina side. And that is it. That is a full-time whistle. What an important win. And that was in the Checkatrade Trophy. Exactly what we wanted to get this cup run off to a good start. 2 wins out of 2 games. So we're off to a very good start then to the episode. We've got the first win over Cambridge was 2-0. The second game, cup game, was 2-1. And now we go into our third game against Port Vale at home. This is the squad selection. We've had to move a few things around because, of course, we've only had a couple of days rest. So Edwards, who's been playing absolutely fantastic. So fair play to everyone who's been saying, oh, play Edwards more. We've got Oscar, who's staying on, Gonzalo and Jacobs. Thornley, Stepanak, Henriquez, Montenegro, Reese, Ubert and Galindo. This is what the bench looks like. A couple of guys still away on international duty, which is a little bit frustrating because, of course, yeah, some of these players are just bought in for now and they're unavailable again. So, yeah, we need to reassess that in January. We might as well offload these guys if they're going to be away quite a lot. Yeah, we don't want that. The rainy day at home. We're against Port Vale. We've had 2 wins. Let's see if we can make it a third. Oh, nice little turn there from Jacobs. Was not expecting that. And he's got the pace. Can he get the ball in? Oh, Edwards. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. It finally ended up in the back of the net. And that's it. I don't know who he's pointing at, but it doesn't matter. It was, I didn't think it was going in. And we're going to have to look at the replay because it all happened a bit too quick. So initially, we got Jacobs coming in, crossed the ball, and it was a great header, and it can't ice it. It bounced just up into Edwards, and then Edwards just, taking a nice little touch. Goalkeeper's nowhere to be seen there, and Edwards, lovely little finish. So start the second half then. I was very happy with the first half. We kept them at bay, and we managed to get a bit of a sloppy goal, but we're 1-0 up. Let's see if we can improve on that in the second half. So we're making 2 substitutions then. We're taking off Enriquez and Stepanak. We're bringing on Rose and Smith, and that's because both the midfielders were struggling there. So we've had to bring Rose in the middle just to try and hold it a little bit more because, they were running us ragged. And no, Smith is... Can he find the ball? What a ball. What a ball. And, Jacobs there, just going for a low shot and hoping that the goalkeeper would just knock it back into one of them. But the goalkeeper just did enough. Uh-oh. This ain't good. Who's on the floor? Please don't tell me that's Smith. No, we're not going to concede as well. And we are. So we've got a player down, and we've just conceded. And by the looks of it, we got an injury to Smith. Great. Okay, so making our final change then, we have got Smith that's injured, but we need to try and get the goal. So we're bringing off Thornley, who, I mean, I'm not impressed with him at all. We have to use him, but he's so weak. He maybe offers a little bit in terms of link-up play, but nothing in terms of finishing at all. And Hendricks gets a shot. Oh, how did that not go in? And I'm so convinced on his left foot. Just why? That's the full-time whistle. Unfortunately, we couldn't nick it at the end, but we get the draw, so we haven't lost a game in the last 3. That's not bad. Frank Smith has suffered a hyperextended knee, and he's going to be out for the next 3 weeks. That is really, that's not what we want at all. We're probably going to have to look at potentially going into the transfer market again and picking up another free agent. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, whether you think we should do that or whether we should just try and ride it out. Okay, so with 3 games down, 3 games to go, the next game we're against Mansfield away from home. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Of course, we're under a bit of difficulty again because we've only got a 2-day rest after this. So we're having to kind of go with a 50% strength team, I'd say. We're going with Thornley down the middle because we want to rest Hendricks for the next home game. We got Abbas and Oscar, so decent quality there on the left. Fuentes, and then we brought in Montenegro, of course, who will be eventually training to be a right midfielder. We got Popa and Ekrami, the new Egyptian, holding the midfield. Hopefully they'll do alright. That's going to be a big test for them. And then in defence, this is going to be a real challenge. We've got Edwards, Giustiano, and Uber, and then I've also brought in Galindo in goal. So we will see how we get on. But we've been doing well. We've got 2 wins and a draw, and I'm hoping that as the minimum we can get a draw here. So here we go then. Weather not too bad, a bit of cloud around, but nothing that should affect the gameplay too much. I've got a feeling this is going to be a bit of a tougher game, but you never know. Fingers crossed we do alright. Jesus. And that's it, 1-0. To be honest, I think it's going to be this type of game. That's the second shot Rose has had. First one in the first 10 seconds or so. They're proper high pressure, and we just haven't woken up. The players really are taking quite bad touches. And yeah, I mean, just like that, the player onto him. Ball lands nice and easy. And look at that. We knew the defence would be under a bit of pressure, but let's be honest, that was shocking. All of them were trying to play an offside trap, which is crazy. Come on, Abbas. Abbas, great little ball. Oh, Grammy, what a shot that was. I thought he was going to head it. Can Fuentes bring the ball back in? Donnelly, oh, get the corner. Wow. Oh, no. And is Thornley injured? What's going on here? I don't know what's just happened. This is it. Oh, we've just lost Thornley. That's not a good start at all. The first time I've ever seen this cutscene. He looks like he's going to be out for a long time. Yeah, let's see how we can continue the rest of this game. But we're a striker down. Back post. Oh, Hendricks, how did he not finish that right at the goalkeeper? That's probably the poorest first half I've ever seen. The players were just so lazy. They weren't really doing anything. I'd say Aldous is probably the only stand-up one as being any good. But other than that, Mansfield, they absolutely dominated us. And yeah, just rubbish. Not a good half at all. All the players, they're just in absolute limbo. It's like no one can do anything right. I think every single first touch is getting away from them, and they're just not keeping up the play, which is shocking because they're all well rested. Okay, with 2 substitutions, just trying to do anything. Popa's had a shocking game, but to be honest, no one's played particularly well. Hopefully Rose and hopefully the young Belgian Jacobs can come on and do something for us. And once again, how Hendricks is missing these sitters, it's beyond me, and it's so frustrating. And Hendricks, finally, I was really starting to lose faith then with him because he's had so many easy chances. Like what? He's had 2 absolute sitters and he's missed them. And this was a lovely turn though. He had a lot of work to do. Beautiful little bit of skill there. And he just went for low. It wasn't the most prettiest finishes, but beat the goalkeeper and we're back in it. If we can get this draw, I'll be so happy because we have really not deserved it at all. And that is the full-time whistle, and I'm happy to get the draw. A lesson learned, I'm never going to field this team again because it was shocking, absolutely shocking. The defence were absolutely outrageous, but we get the draw. So not so bad, but not the prettiest display of football you've ever seen. Okay, so this isn't the news we wanted. Thornley, he's suffered a broken ankle and he's going to be out for 3 months. I'm pretty sure that's going to see out his career, that his time at Exeter is going to be done, because he wasn't the best at the start and he hasn't really had much of an impact. Wasn't very impressive him, and now he's out for 3 months. Yeah, not looking good. We need to try and figure out what we're going to do. We'll look at that in the next episode, but feel free to leave in the comments what you think we should do about the situation. Do we play Stepanak in as a striker? Do we try and bring a free agent? What's your thoughts? Okay, so just having a quick look at the guys that are doing the training to change their positions. BACCC, very good overall session. Hendricks has got a good one there, but Osgaard, very nice, and they are getting a step closer to finalising their positions. We'll check up on that on the next episode. So we go into our 5th game then. One more game after this. We are against Yeovil at home, and hopefully we can get a nice strong win here. Here we have the starting lineup then, and we do have a few issues with stamina, of course. Hendricks, no choice but to start him. We could have Stepanak, that can play, of course, as a centre forward, but we need him in midfield after the display of the last guys in the last game. Edwards comes back into the team with Osgaard, and Rose and Jacobs start. Henriquez is backing up Stepanak in the midfield, and I'm hoping for better things than the last. And what I'm really liking here is our back 3. Callis, Faye and Reese and Fasteel, all back in the lineup, and hopefully they should do us proud. So it's an evening game. I didn't realise it's an evening game, but it's an evening game we've got. Hopefully that won't affect the players. A little bit longer resting time. We'll go for that. But yeah, more of the same as always, guys. We try and come out hard because we want to try and get the goal. Because if we go, the way I look at it is, if we come out fast, try and get a goal early on, then the pressure's on them. Then we can try and hit them on the counter attack. Of course, it doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, I really want to. After the last game, I want to really up this now. Oh, Henriquez, what on earth was that? For Christ's sake. Right. Oh, my God. A stupid bit of play from Henriquez. And what I was after was a bit of stability in the midfield. And he has not given us that at all. Ball comes over. And Henriquez just taking a huge touch. Trying to take the ball away. And it ends up just setting him up for a beautiful counter-attack. 1-0 down. There we go. Into Edwards. A fairly quiet start for Edwards. But can he get anything away here? Oh, what a save. Fantastic strike by Edwards. And ended up forcing a good save because that was curling in for sure. Come on, Hendricks. Fantastic. Can he take it calmly? And he does. And Edwards there. Absolutely brilliant. Lovely jubbly. That's what we wanted. And Edwards, who every time he comes on, he just comes alive. He's always in the right place at the right time. And Australian does it again. Look at that lovely ball. So calm there. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. A little bit of curl on it, keep it nice and low. Nothing too silly, and Edwards gets another goal. Nice bit of play. Arnie's got no one with him. Does he need anyone? The answer is no! Absolutely fantastic! What a finish. I've got to say, he's definitely a little bit of luck there, but taking on his left, beating the goalkeeper in his inside post like that. That's a fantastic finish. 2 goals for Arnie Jacobs now in the league. What? How? Alright, this is becoming ridiculous now. How? I don't even understand how it was a penalty. We have a look at the replay, but I literally have no idea. Right, okay. I mean, I can see why. No button was pushed. Trying to just get back, and obviously the players have just collided and he's gone down and the referee's given a penalty. So from absolutely nothing, start the second half, we, yeah. Oh, we're going to take that. Okay, just making a substitution. I forgot to mention actually that he's been quiet, but Gonzalo came on at half-time. I thought we'd give Rose a bit of a rest, and we're bringing on Abbas now for Osgaard, because Osgaard has played okay, but I am a little bit worried, and I'm hoping that Abbas can come to life and just seal this game for us. Switching the play. Brilliantly done there. Straight into Gonzalo. Gonzalo. And Hendricks is there to pick up the ball. And a bit of... oh yeah, he knows it. And we get the final 3rd goal. The one we've been looking for. We get it. We get the 3rd goal. Lovely work there from Gonzalo. Great save initially. But the big man is there just to see it in. Probably the easiest goal he's going to score this season. What a ball. Go on. Go on, Edwards. He's got absolute... I don't think I've ever seen anyone run so slow. How on earth is he... He wasn't even moving. He was running backwards. And that is the full-time whistle then. We managed to get through a big amount of pressure at the end. But that man gets himself a goal. And we end up winning 3-1. Very quick look at the ratings then. And we can see Edwards man of the match. He is just impressing me more and more. The defence, I was happy with those. You can see those ratings. Everyone else, not a bad game at all. So some good news then. The medical staff have cleared Frank Smith to return from injury so he can rejoin the first team squad's training session. That's good. We have definitely missed him in midfield. When I say definitely, I mean, of course, we're doing all right in terms of points, but we are scraping at times, I feel. So it's very good to have him back. And here we are, the final game of the month then in October. And we are against Newport away from home. Let's see how we get on. Here's the starting lineup for the final game against Newport away then. And of course, no other option again apart from Hendricks up front. Abbas is starting and we're playing Oscar again. He's getting closer and closer to that left midfield complete role. We bring back in Fuentes and Gonzalo is going to drop into a right midfield role, which we know he can play. Rose moves into midfield because we are really struggling there at the moment. I've put him in with Popa, but to be honest, because of Henriquez's stamina there, I just thought Rose is solid overall and hopefully he can just work the midfield. We're just bringing in Uber in defence for Reece just to bring a few little fresh legs in there. But apart from that, not too many changes. Let's get straight into it and hopefully let's finish this episode off with a big win. So here we go then, final game of the episode. And to be fair, we've actually done okay. We've got 3 wins, 2 draws. We have yet to lose and hopefully we can maintain at least a non-losing streak. Let's go for that. Let's set our sights at non-losing streak here. Oh, and Uber. I think for still had it, but Uber doing his defensive duty perfectly there from Uber. Very nice. The goalkeeper was always safe, but you know, he's trying to impress. Oh no, unmarked. Oh, wow. I pretty much let go of the controller. How that did not go in, I do not know. But Rose on the other hand, fantastic. Drive and run from Rose. He's still going. He sees Hendricks. And Hendricks! No. How did he miss that? I don't care. It was on his right. Oh, God. He should have buried that. Should have buried it. Oh, fantastic save from Steele. And Rose is through here. Can Rose keep a cool head? Oh, my God. What is going on? What is going on? Nice turn from Hendricks. Oh my Jesus. How on earth is this ball not going in the back of the net? It is killing me. How? We go into half time. At 0-0. Okay, so we made 2 changes at half time. I brought on Edwards for Abbas and I've also taken off Gonzalez for the young Jacobs because it was frustrating that first half and I want to get a win here and I'm just thinking, you know what, it just felt like one of those games where it wasn't going to happen, but let's see if we can do it now. Oh, just took a touch too many. Oh, Fuentes, what's Fuentes doing on the floor? Up you get, lad. Final substitution then, Oscar Rose, who's had a fantastic game. He is just very fatigued now. We're bringing on Stepanak just for a little bit of fresh legs. Hopefully he can pull something out of the bag. Hendricks, oh, what a shot, but nothing. Edwards, oh, for God's sake, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. We've had so many chances. Oh, you're kidding, don't do this, don't do this. And that's, of course that's what happens. Of course that's what happens. Great. We did nothing but deserve that, but that is a typical game when you just know. I mean, I went all out because we were all over him. Just absolutely done us. And in the 89th minute, after not even having, I think, like a single shot on goal, they're going to collect the 3-point. And that is the final score then, 1-0. Probably one of the most frustrating games I've ever played, because the amount of sitters that were there, and I honestly have no idea how they weren't. The Rose one, bringing it to me to be fair, that was meant to be low, double tapped it, no idea what happened, it just shoots over. But the rest of them, I mean, no excuse. So many of them, they would normally be goals, so I'm putting it down to the players. yeah, it was just one of those games where it was not happening. Anyway, guys, that's it for the episode. We've got through 6 games. The next episode is just going to be all about catch-up. We're going to see where we are with absolutely everything, with the training, with the positions, in the league, goal scorers, assists, and everything like that. So I'll be releasing it very, very soon. A little bit delayed this one, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And other than that, guys, take it easy.